Hello everyone, I'm just gonna wait for people to come in and share me out if you are able to. And I'm going to find the questions because I posted questions pretty much on all my social medias. I'm just gonna wait for that. You wanna come in? Yeah. I don't know how all my devices are dying at the same time. My phone is dying. My iPad is dying. I really don't know how that works. But all of them wanted to die at the same time. And I need them to find y'all questions. So that's how that's gonna work when I find y'all questions. And hello to whoever is in the background. And I hope everyone's having a good night. All that fun stuff. I know it's Tuesday. Tuesdays are usually very busy. Hey Shay's World, how are you? If you can share me out, will you please do so? Yeah, I'm just waiting for people to come in because I left. Thank you, Eat to Live Strong, for the raid. Thank you very much. All the devices are dying at the moment. Hi, living better. So I'm trying to pull up your questions because this is going to be a live Q&A. And if y'all didn't leave a question on a video on any of my social medias at the moment, hi, Jasmine Nicole. Thank you, Eat to Live Strong, for the raid. So the first place I'm going to check for your questions. Share me out if you guys are able to do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't pay Nightbot any mind. Nightbot has a mind of his own sometimes. Even though I have set him up. But honestly, I haven't been confident to take him away. So the symbols are okay just as long as they don't get obsessive as usual. But Nightbot can be a little crazy, but he comes in handy when I need him to. So I'm checking Instagram to see if anybody left questions on my Instagram, and then I'll start answering some questions. I'm gonna definitely do that because this is a live Q&A. And if anybody in the chat has any questions, you can ask me and I'll answer them sometime during this live as well. Because I know everybody wasn't able to see the video that I put out earlier. So if you have some other questions that I do not answer that you want answered, you can always type them in the chat as well. And if there's anything that you guys want to see on the screen that I can show you how to do, we can do that as well. But you know how that goes. because I'm just sharing myself out, even though you know how you share it out once, but you gotta share it out again when you go live, when you're actually live. So what is everybody doing? And the screen keeps jumping. You know, computers can be sensitive when they want to be. And I don't know why I keep jumping and I'm not even touching it, but you know. So let me see if I can. Okay, so there was no questions left on my Instagram. So I'm gonna log out of that. And I'm gonna pull up the video that I did earlier and see the questions that was left there. Yes. Everyone thumbs me up and share me out. It's always appreciated. So, okay, let's see the questions. Okay, so the first question I got was from Living Better. It says, "Thank you for inviting me, sis." Question she wants to know is, why did I decide to become a YouTuber? I think the best way for me to answer this question is I decided to become a YouTuber because I've always been an artistic type person. Like, I've been in musicals, theaters, and all of that, and I've always enjoyed stuff like that. But at the time when I started YouTube, I really didn't see anybody that looked like me doing YouTube in terms of I didn't see anybody with a disability on YouTube. And as I was growing up, I always looked for that person as a celebrity, you might as well say, or someone that looked like me on a television screen. And I felt like there was a lack of representation for people with disabilities on YouTube, so that's why. But I didn't want to make my disability everything about my YouTube channel because I wanted people to see me as a person and get to know me as a person. That's why not until recent years, like when I first started, I never said I had a disability when I first started YouTube, only because I wanted people to see me as the person. And when I had been on YouTube about 2 years at the time when I did the video that is still one of the most, well, it is my most popular video. I did this about 2 years ago, almost 3 now. I did the video called Living with Cerebral Palsy because I wanted people to know, because a lot of people aren't aware of what it is, or they have a misconception of what it is. So when I felt comfortable with the subscribers that I had at the time, I felt like they knew me as a person well enough to know that they weren't going to judge me if I said I had this. So I sat down and I made the video. I did not realize at the time that I made the video, it was going to have the impact that it had. I was just like, okay, well, I'm just going to tell my story. I don't know what's going to happen with it. Maybe people will watch it, maybe people won't. So then when I uploaded it and saw how well it was doing, and people just was like, I would have never known that looking at you, people never knew. And then I was getting comments like, you mean to tell me you were doing YouTube for 2 years and we never knew? Yeah, I was doing YouTube for 2 years at the time, and none of my subscribers, followers, family on YouTube knew until I made that video. And YouTube was always about having that representation. And I try my best to be a good representation of that. Not only because it's the right thing to do, it's just that I know for me personally, I struggled a lot with being accepted in so many different aspects of my life. If I can show at least one kid, one human being, one adult, one kid, that just because you have cerebral palsy or whatever disability it is, there's going to be a place for you in this world. There's going to be one. It's not going to be given to you. It's definitely not going to be given to you. You're going to have to earn it. And if people still don't want to give you that opportunity, then you have to be able and be willing enough to create that opportunity for yourself. So that's basically why I started YouTube, because there was no representation of me. Yes, there was a representation of powerful women, but at the time when I started YouTube in 2016. I did not see one YouTuber that I knew well enough or watched. There might be some other ones out there, I just haven't ran across them. But at the time when I started YouTube, I didn't see one. So I just took it upon myself to be that representation for the next little boy or next little girl that's out there. And they say, well, on TV, I don't see anybody in a wheelchair, or I don't see anybody that has cerebral palsy or has a disability. They can turn on YouTube and see me. And that's why I started YouTube. Somebody else asked in that video, Piccadell asked, that sounds like it's going to be a good live. She asked the same question, what made you start YouTube? What will be the next thing you are going to do on your channel? Well, I've already answered why I started YouTube. Thank you, Living Better. I think you're amazing too, and I'm glad you've started a channel too. But Piccadell, one of her questions was, what's going to be next on my channel? I don't know. There are some beauty videos coming soon, and there's some other videos that unfortunately I can't talk about at the moment for other reasons. But there are a lot of things coming, and I know everybody says you have to have a niche to be on YouTube, or you have to narrow down your channel. Hi, Marley. Thank you for coming. I know everybody says you have to have a niche on your channel, so what people know you for and something that they always come back for. I agree with that statement in some capacity. But my life is always changing, and the things that I'm interested in is always changing. Yes, I have 3 main things that I do on my channel, which is beauty, games, and music in my life. Yes. Well, 4 things mainly on my channel that you see me do all the time. But one day you might see me do something else, and that's because my interest in things that I want to do and things I want to share are always going to be changing. So if somebody asks me what is my niche or what is my channel about, the best answer I can give you is my channel is about me. Because the things you see me do on my channel are the things that I enjoy. And I'm not saying that I'm going to enjoy the same things forever, but my channel changes with my life. If y'all ever go back to look at the very first video that I posted on my channel, it was a movie review about the Lifetime movie that came out called Love by the 10th Day. So, movies, at the time, I was very heavily interested in movies because movies and TV is what I do, because I couldn't always go outside and play with the other kids or always go somewhere because either you had to go to an appointment or you had to do something else. So I know everybody says that exercise is good and being social is good, but most of the time when I was growing up, if I wasn't going somewhere with my parents or somebody that my parents trusted to take me somewhere, I fell in love with watching TV. And I know a lot of people don't like watching TV, but I do. And maybe that was because I was in and out of the house a lot. But when you have surgeries and you literally can't do anything for 3 months because somebody put you in a cast to make you stronger, and you sitting in a full leg cast on both legs with a bar between you, and you have to stay in the hospital for 3 months, and you don't really see outside unless they push you outside to get some fresh air. TV and games and music become your best friends because you only get to see the people that come visit you. So as I change and as I grow, you're always going to see my channel change, and I hope that's okay. Because I try to be as open and honest and authentic as I can be on my channel. So I hope that answers the question. And then I'm not sure if I'm saying this person's name right, but Fifi Fifi underscore Felice underscore Lise. She said, "Thank you. I'm in a great mood and I hope you are as well." Yes, I'm in a good mood today. Then cooking and cooking in a mo said hello sis. Hope I can catch your live stream and I can join too. If she comes in, I'm happy to have her. And then Musa Jr. said, do you do YouTube full time? This is a yes and no answer. I do other things that I am working on, but yes, I post a lot on YouTube. So I guess you could say I do YouTube full time. And like most people, the ultimate goal is monetization. So to answer his question, if he means do I do YouTube full time, as of right now, I do YouTube and other things that I'm unable to mention at the moment. So monetization would be the ultimate goal, but I really want my channel to be able to help someone. See, I don't mind if somebody sends me a DM or leaves me a comment and saying, I need help, I don't know how to do this, or I want you to come watch this. I don't mind. Because one, I like watching things and I like doing things. I don't mind that, and I'm definitely not looking for something in return. The whole purpose of my channel is to be that voice and that help, because not everybody's able to get that. And if I can be that, then I'm happy. I will try to do the best I can when I can to fill all those roles and try to be as much of a help as I can. If I don't know something, I'm pretty sure I can either Google it or understandably, I know someone that probably has the answer. So, would I want to do YouTube full time? That's an absolute yes. Will things change? I don't know. But whatever the future holds and wherever God is pointing my life, I'm okay with. But would I want YouTube to be a full-time thing? Oh, yes, indeed. I would definitely want YouTube to be a full-time thing. I also have a passion for fashion. Anybody knows where the passion for fashion, where that comes from, what TV show that comes from, you can type it in the chat. So yes, I would love to do YouTube full time. I would love to do something in fashion. Most of you probably don't know, but I was going to school to be in fashion. I was going for fashion and marketing and retail sales management, which did teach me a lot about the industry. But unfortunately, my school closed down, and finding another school has been very difficult. And now that the pandemic has arrived, it's been more difficult. And so, right now, finishing my degree is on hold. I do hope to finish my degree in the near future, because at the time when the school shut down, this was last year before the pandemic. Before it shut down, I only had about 10 months left, and I really want to finish that. I really want to finish it because it's It's something that I worked really hard for the past 3 years. And also because even though I liked it school when I was younger, you know, when you have people saying that you can't do something or you won't be able to do something, in the back of my mind, even though I have nothing to prove to anybody, the only person I have to satisfy for myself, it would be nice to say to all those people that ever doubted me from doing anything, I did this and I did this well, and this is what I accomplished. So it would be a bigger accomplishment in my mind to finish my degree. And I will one day, just not at the moment, because finding a school is hard, and when schools close, there's a whole lot of logistics that you got to walk through to get there. But finishing my degree will be something I do in the future. But yes, I would want um YouTube to be a full-time thing. And Carosa G asked, do you enjoy YouTube and what is your channel about? Do I enjoy YouTube? Yes, I enjoy it. But YouTube is definitely a roller coaster. But I enjoy it because I feel like when I was younger, I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to have my name in lights. I wanted to be on Broadway. I wanted to be in Hollywood. I still want to do a movie someday, and one day I will be in a movie. I wholeheartedly believe that. So I've always had this fascination with being in the spotlight because I've always wanted to be in movies, and I wanted to be in music videos and make my own music. Just anything that would allow me to be creative, I was drawn to. So YouTube is my creative space that I have control over. I have control over. Sometimes I can be creative, and sometimes when I really want to get that message across, this is the place I can do it. I find, and this is really strange for me, I find that more people listen to me on YouTube through a video camera, just from watching a video. And maybe they haven't seen all the other videos or anything about me, but more people have listened to me watching my YouTube channel than if they meet me in person and listen to what I have to say. Now, that's a mysterious thing in itself, but it's also a good thing because YouTube has been my voice to the world. So that's why I enjoy it, because people are actually listening to what I have to say, and they're not questioning my abilities. They're not worried about what I look like. They just honestly want to watch and listen to what I have to say. So that's what makes YouTube fun for me. And yes, I know there's rules that we all have to follow on YouTube and to get to goals. Now that part can be a lot. But the thing that I have been able to do because of YouTube and the people that I have been able to touch because of YouTube, I would do it all over again and keep on doing it as long as I can touch people. I most definitely enjoyed that part. Now, all the other things that come with YouTube, that can be a lot, but to know that people are listening and watching and get something from me, whether it works for them today, a year from now, a year ago, that's definitely. Hey Taylor, how are you? That's most definitely the most touching part about YouTube is that I can share my thoughts, my opinions, my life, and things that I enjoy, and people can respond back. And it's really hard to give up something just because it acts crazy sometimes, and the algorithm and the numbers and the people that follow you, and those numbers are always changing. But to have people say, I give them hope, I'm an inspiration, I'm amazing, and that type of thing makes YouTube worth it. Because I'm just like, I just said what was on my mind. I just said what was on my heart. I never really think the things I can say really have that much effect on people. But to know that it does, and to know that I can really make a difference and make the world a better place, will always make YouTube worth it to me. And I feel like for me, YouTube is a good job, because I think we all want it to turn into a job. But the things I've been able to do, the people I've been able to speak to, the strangers that are like, knowing that you can do this makes me feel better for my child. Having a parent say that to you is a lot. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I did that? I'm like, really? To know that I'm giving other parents hope for their children that are just like me really makes me happy. And if I can do that, then I've accomplished a lot. More than some piece of paper will ever give me, more than some actual 9-to-5 job will ever give me. To know that I'm giving somebody hope for something will be more worth it to me than any money could ever give me. Let's see. So does anyone in the chat have any questions? Because those are all the questions I see on the video, but I'm going to check Twitter. But if anybody else in the chat has a question for me, I definitely will answer it. So, because I don't know, I feel like people are always asking questions and I never get to actually answer them because, hold on, screen went away. I never get to answer them because there's always some kind of content you have to push out. But I think people enjoy when you sit down and answer their questions, or they're leaving you comments and you respond. And it's hard to get to everybody's comments sometimes. So I figure if I can just do a Q&A and have people ask me questions and all that type of stuff, this makes up for the comments that I don't always get to answer. And I definitely do appreciate everybody that watches my content, even if they like have their opinions on it. Even if people right now have their opinions on what content they want to see me make, y'all can let me know that too. And I definitely would love to do like more collaborations in the future because I think collaborations are fun because I always get to see other people's perspectives in their designs, in their minds. So I think for YouTube purposes, I definitely will want to do more collaborations in the future. Especially, I think as I get closer to the 1K mark, as it gets closer, I think YouTube makes me nervous. And the more people subscribing and just Marley passion for fashion. I only remember that those Marley's right earlier. I said, where did the passion for fashion come from? And Marley got it right. Um, Marley got it right with it came from Brett. Like Brett Dolls and Brett Dolls also Brett Dolls always had the passion for fashion. I thought they were like the stylish the stylish thing on the planet. And my favorite Brat doll was Jasmine. Even though she wasn't the fashionable one, it was Sasha that was all about the fashion. But Jasmine was my favorite. But I loved all the Brat dolls. But yes, passion for fashion came from Brat, which, you know, when I feel like I'm losing my passion for fashion or design, I definitely will still turn on an episode of Bratz. Um, Taylor said I had a couple Brat dolls, stylish version of Barbie. I had everything Barbie and Bratz. Barbie was the person that made me believe that I could be anything because we all know Barbie had like 15 million jobs and she got to travel the world. So Barbie gave me the passion to be anything I I wanted to be. But Bratz gave me my passion for fashion. Soon as I saw that fashion could be a job, I was like, ooh, I found out what I want to do. I was like, I can be a designer, I could be a stylist, I can own my own magazine. And being in different costumes from all the different plays I did, I definitely was like, well, this doesn't fit right, that doesn't fit right. So being in plays and Bratz definitely gave me my passion for fashion. And fashion is definitely something I want to get back to. But honestly, I also want to get music. Music. Uh, I had Jasmine and Sasha Taylor. I had every red doll. I had Jasmine. I had Sasha. I had Chloe, and I had Jade. I had them all. And I had pretty much every Bratz movie that came on TV because, I was styling. Then I would change all the Brat clothes and then do their hair. But yes, definitely. I was definitely that person to be in the passion for fashion sectors of the world. That was honestly my home. But not only do I want to get back to fashion, I definitely want to get back to music. I have been doing music for my whole entire life. I think I was singing before I could ever talk, to be honest. I have been singing since I was like 3 years old. So I definitely want to incorporate more music in my life. I have something big that I want to do with music. I just haven't figured out a way to do that yet. Yeah. Jasmine Nicole said I didn't have Brat dolls. I remember Brat dolls didn't have any. Yeah, I had Bratz and Barbies. I had everything Barbie, from the dream house, the playhouse, to the dolls, to the costumes, to the. Oh, I had a Barbie Corvette that I used to think I could drive, and I used to drive that thing around my neighborhood. Then I had every Brat doll known to man. Yeah, I've had an obsession with dolls and Barbies and Bratz. Barbie, what kind were you playing in? What kind of plays were you in? Let's see. Mostly musicals. Mostly musicals. Let's see. In elementary school, I was in choir from fourth grade till like eighth grade. And then when I got to high school, I stopped doing choir and I started doing plays, and all of them were musicals pretty much. I was a part of the and I used to be a part of a theater group called the Ann Street Players Inspired Theater. And we did a lot of plays that our director wrote and he did music. But after I was in a couple of plays, I wrote some plays myself for the group. And I wrote some songs for the group. So writing and plays have always been a part of my life. It hasn't been a part of my life in the last couple of years because the play group has changed and we haven't been doing many plays, but it's something I definitely want to get back to, especially the music part. So that's why lately y'all have seen me do more covers on my channel. I used to do them a lot years ago, but I had to stop singing for a while. But now that music is coming back, I definitely want to do more in that area, whether it's collaborating with another person that does music on YouTube and doing a cover with them, or whether it's releasing my own music. I would love to see what releasing my own music would look like. Yeah, Taylor says I took choir and creative writing in 12th grade. Yeah. By the time it came to high school, I was mostly in theater. So I was doing music and theater, but I definitely did a lot of musicals. And then after I stopped doing musicals, I honestly stopped singing. I would sing around the house, but not as much. But it was definitely that. But I would love to see what releasing I definitely I was depending on the song. I definitely was a soprano or an alto, but I mostly sang soprano. But there were some songs that are way too high for me. So I would have to sing alto, but between alto and soprano is where I stayed. Tenor was a little is a little too low for me, depending on the song. And bass is definitely too low. Even though I know some amazing basses, bass is definitely very low for me. Tenor can be low depending on the music. Alto is sometimes too low. Soprano can be too high. But I usually try to stay within alto or soprano area. But I definitely would love to see what music holds in my future. I know definitely with iTunes and Spotify, there's definitely ways to. Taylor says I took drama in 8th and 9th grade. I don't remember if we had a drama department in my high school, but I took drama outside of school, yeah. I don't remember, but I know definitely with music in those types of areas, I would definitely want to see what they look like, and especially with iTunes and Spotify out there these days, people are definitely releasing their own music. It's something I definitely want to look into. And all those types of things. I was in a play when we first moved to Texas in 05. Um, yeah. And travel is something that's on my list too. Like, yeah, especially when this is over. Hello to whoever just walked in. Thank you for coming. And I'm glad you're here, whoever you may be. But yeah, definitely. So, does anybody have any questions that they want to ask me that I haven't already answered? You can always um, ask me a question, or it can pretty much be anything you want to know. Or, hi, Mansa. Mansa just walked in, and Mansa did something on his channel, or he talked about something on his channel. He talked about trust on his channel. And as you guys know, there is a Wisdom Wednesday segment that trust will not be the topic for tomorrow's segment. For tomorrow's segment, I have something else in mind. Romeo and Juliet. But Mansa, I just want to tell you that since you posted that thing about trust, I've really been thinking about that. And you have definitely given me some ideas about that topic. And it was something, you said something to where if your trust is broken, it's hard to fix it. And how much the truth hurts. But you rather someone tell you the truth than to break your trust. And ever since I saw your video on that, that has been stuck with me. And if you don't know who Mansa is, he talks about a lot of different topics. And I'm so happy that he walked in, because I was just thinking when I did this, when I was posting about the Q&A and people asking me questions. And Mansa, I did answer your question about, do I do YouTube full time? I would love to do YouTube full time. I would definitely. Mansa, I'm definitely not trying to make you tear up, but it's nice to know I have that effect. But it's definitely stuck with me because I feel like to do this Q&A, I actually have to trust y'all to ask me questions and trust enough. It was on his heart too. He said it was on his heart. But Mansa, if you don't mind, or you have a little bit of your time, would you like to come up here and tell the audience a little bit about what you said on trust? If you don't mind. But yeah, I think all of us being on YouTube, whether we do it partial time, some of the time, or this is our full-time job, however you want to look at it, I think we all put a lot of trust and a lot of faith in our following and our friendships on YouTube to. Yes, I'm okay with it. I would love that. I'm gonna drop the link for you so you can come up here. And I definitely appreciate you doing this. And guys, I know this is a Q&A, but the Q&A is about answering questions and getting to know things. And I usually go with things that are on my heart. And this is something I was going to talk about on a segment on my channel, so this is the perfect time to do it because Q&A, questions, and all that. So I did drop the link. So whenever you're ready. But as I was saying, while we're waiting for Mansa to get himself prepared, he posted this, and I was like, that is so true, because I feel like as people, and just now that we're all a part of this YouTube community, we all put a lot of trust in our following and the people that we meet. Oh, Amanda's here.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome. You know, I don't got a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
So let me know what you want me to answer, and I'll answer for you.
Well, do you just want to tell the people kind of what you posted?
What I posted was, it was about a trust factor, and with me personally, is when somebody breaks my trust because I grew up in a family where it was always all over the place, and I couldn't trust anything. So that means my father, my mother, my brothers, my sisters, but it was never in a bad way. But I just didn't have the trust because I didn't feel it. So I asked the question, it's like when your trust is broken, how does it make you feel? And I know for me personally, it makes me feel awful and I don't want to trust you anymore. And if I love you unconditionally, it hurts. So I go through a lot of bad emotions and great emotions, but I'm not the person that I'm supposed to be because you broke my trust and I trusted you not to break that. So
I
what I
definitely
do
agree.
is it hurts me enough to where I start to, and I'm being honest with everybody. I start to lash out. I'm hurt. I don't know how to deal with it. At the time when I was doing, I didn't know how to deal with it. And it turns out to be a bad situation for everybody involved because I can't hold my emotions because I've been hurt so bad and I trusted so much, but it doesn't give me the audacity to do that to somebody. So now I'm caught in the middle to where I don't know how I feel and how I should treat people. So that's what made me pose the question because I have a wife, I have kids, I have a wife that I had before that I'm not married to, and I'm with a new wife. So I don't make the same mistakes that I did before. I got to change it. So that's what made me pose the question. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I definitely do. Because when you posed the question, I really had to think about it before I typed it. Because I
That's
was
how you
like,
know. That's how you know it's right and it's real. Because
I was like,
before
because
you gotta
I
type
feel,
and you gotta think. That makes you that says that hey, this is real.
I was like, because I'm not the I'm not the trusting type. It's like, okay, I'm only going to trust you, but I'm only going to trust you a little bit because I'm not going to close my eyes because then I'm feel like I'm not paying attention. And then you going to do something. So I'm always vigilant when it comes to that.
But why do
But
you
when
act like that?
I act like that because, like you said, my trust has been broken so many times. It's so hard to be trusting in people. So now I have to tell myself that I'm going to trust you until you give me a reason not to
Not
trust you.
to trust you.
But it's always hard to keep
But it's
that
hard.
in
And
mind.
there you go. There you
It's
go.
definitely hard to keep that
That's hard.
mindset. Because
So
it's like when you're trusting, if you're putting your trust in somebody and you feel as though you're doing everything to show them that you trust them and then it's not reciprocated, it's like, then why did I waste my time giving you the respect that I feel as though you deserve as a human being when you couldn't do the same thing?
so does that make you a bad person?
I don't think it necessarily makes you a bad person. I just think it makes you vigilant to that everybody doesn't have that same mentality that you have, but I definitely don't think it makes you a bad person.
Okay. Now I asked you that for a reason. Now,
Okay.
if it doesn't make you a bad person, You get what I'm saying? If it doesn't make you a bad person and you're still feeling like that type of way, what is it that's making you feel this way? Now, this is what I'm saying to people. People don't pose the question to themselves and then answer it. Because me as a person, I've I've done a lot of bad things. I've done a lot of crazy things. But the point is that I couldn't look myself in the mirror and look at myself and be okay with me. That's what made me a bad person. And that's what made me dangerous because I couldn't understand and deal with it. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. So now I'm a danger to society because I can't deal with the emotions that I'm feeling. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm ruining any female I come in contact with. I'm ruining myself, my family, everything else. So now you got to slow yourself down and say, hey, what is my problem? That's why I say with a lot of people, you're not like me. It's not egotistical. You're not like me because you ain't been through what I've been through. And there's a lot of people that have been through what I've been through, but they haven't checked it. I've checked it. And when you check it, it makes you feel a certain type of way to where you don't like you.
Exactly. It's a bad thing when you just don't like yourself.
Mm-hmm. Now that's the problem that a lot of people can't deal with. Now they got a lot of people out here dealing with that, what I'm saying to you, and your people. And then there's a thing to where you got to go out and amongst people and what's going on now, and you look crazy. But
That is true.
exactly, but it was something before what's happening now, and people are looking at people like, yo, something's wrong with you. And how's that fair to you as a person that's looking crazy because you were brought up wrong? You don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't been taught right. So how are you wrong from what you're doing and you ain't been taught right? But people don't want to deal with that. They just say you're wrong. They lash out at you and they do a whole bunch of crazy stuff to you. And now you're even more mad than you were when you were already messed up and didn't know nothing. And that's the problem that we have here is a whole bunch of people walking around with craziness and they don't know how to fix it. So you're getting in relationships, believing what people say, and they're hurting you. Then you're saying, hell with you. You're a piece of crap. And you're like, hey, they are messed up too.
That is
So now
true.
we're all a bunch of messed up people walking around America. But when I say, hey, America's messed up, people look at me like I'm anti-American, and I'm not. It's just what I went through and my sojourn here. And I don't feel right. It's not normal. It's not normal to any other human being. So me doing what I'm doing to you is making you feel a certain type of way you haven't dealt with what you've dealt with. It's really deep, and a lot of people don't get it. But once I start to put it out there slowly but surely, people will see it. And you'll start to see they'll take me out of here and won't let me be around no more because I'm helping people. It's not destroying anything, it's helping. And the way this society is going, it's destroying people and it's not helping them. That's why you see divorce at an all-time high. And I don't want to keep going on about this. I just wanted to give you a little bit of something so you could think about it and your people could think about it. And I'm really humbled and thankful for you letting me come on here.
Well, I thank you for coming. But you do, I feel like you're the perfect person to give people that perspective. Of course, they're not going to get it when you say it because they're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he's just talking, he don't know. But when you actually sit down and think about the things that you said, it does relate to everybody in
Yeah,
some way, shape, or form.
shape or form. And most of the people when I say it, I gotta understand with me is that my delivery isn't always good. So there's people like you. And this is
Hmm.
how I'm gonna wrap it up. There's people like you, Jasmine, that see what I'm saying and you could put it into your own language and then you bring it out And I'm not a hater or a bad person. So I don't care if you take what I say and use it as a topic or whatever, because it's helping people. Why would I get mad that you're helping people and taking something from me?
Yep. But I definitely, like, when I said that, I was like, I'm not going to take his topic without letting him know that I'm going to use it and then let you know that I used it. 'Cause I'm like, I'm just
And
going to let
that's
him know.
respect. And that's what made me respect you. And that's why I'm on here, because I give you that respect. Because you even just, because you could have just took it and just ran with it and not said anything to me, but you showed me that you cared enough to even say it to me. So I was like, do what you want to do. And if you need me, call me. And I kept my word to you. If you called me, I will come on.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. Helping
Somebody
people.
said, give me the truth regardless how awful it hurts.
Yes. And that's the way you got to be, because I've taken truth and it's hurt me to where I was like, I didn't want to deal with them, but I deal with them to this day because they gave me their truthful feelings and I understood it in the long run. So you got to keep yourself in the process and keep going, even though you feel like, hey, like there's people that's been on YouTube that I sat around and be like, I don't like them, and I don't like what you said to me, but they're my friends to this day and they're good people to me.
Yeah.
You just have to understand. And right now, I don't know where inspirational for you is, but she's bothering me not hearing from her. And that's just the truth. And I'm going to put it on your page. I don't understand why I don't hear from her. And it bothers me because I think that she's a good person.
I text her tonight. I know she is working two jobs at this point. So I do try to keep in contact with texting her. I actually text her tonight, but I haven't gotten a response back. So I know for a fact, just because of me, I haven't heard from you. And if you don't text me back, I'm calling you, and then we're gonna take it from there. Because I need to know what's going on with you too. That's
You
just
need
how
to
I
know what's
feel.
going on because you feel like, hey, if I'm dealing with you, I deserve that right to know what's
Exactly.
going
I
on.
need to make sure you okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just say that and we're good. If you don't want to talk about it, fine. But just tell me that you're all right.
Mm-hmm. And that's all you want to hear because I've done that. What you're saying right now, I've done that. Where people worry about me and I cut them off. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And it's not a right thing. This is where I come up what you see and you say, hey, well, that's great. I've been through it. My dad always told me, he said, you're a better person learning it than me telling you something. So if I'm telling you something, the pain that I'm going through, you're going to get and feel it and be happy. And I'm just happy that you get it and you can give it to other people, regardless if I'm the one getting the accolades. I don't care about that.
Mm-hmm. Because I definitely was going to contact you, but then I realized he don't have an Instagram, or at least I haven't seen. He don't have
No, I
a
got a whole
Facebook.
bunch of stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I just don't put it out there. But I know a lot of people that wanted to find me, they found me. I'm all over social media. All over.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, you just popped up in here. I'm like, this is the perfect time to been asking this question that I've been wanting to ask because I didn't know how to reach you.
Mm-hmm. And
But
you
you
know
popped
what?
up
And
at the
I
right
give you
time.
that respect. And I give you that. And I'll give it to anybody until you make me say, hey, I don't owe you that respect anymore. You gave that to me. So I'm giving it to you. And I know you feel it.
Of course I do. Because you popped
Exactly.
up at the right time. I knew you were going to pop up eventually, whether I posted the video before we got to talk about it face to face or not. You were going to pop up eventually because you always pop up somewhere.
But I knew what you said to me. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
with me, I remember it. So when you said it to me, I said, oh, this is what Jasmine told me. I said, it wasn't no doubt in my mind. I said, I'm going on there. You asked me, I said, do you want me to be on? You said, yes. I said, all right, well, I'll be right on there. And when you did it, I came right on. And that's a truthful person. And that's what people need to deal with at the end of the day. If you can't deal with that, let it go because it's not for you.
What's for you is going to be for you, whether
For
you like it or
you.
not.
Exactly. And you've been always a genuine person to me. You and inspiration. That's why I met you through. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give you your accolades because you deserve it. I don't
I
care
definitely appreciate
what's
that.
going on with you. You deserve it from me until you show me otherwise. I don't care what nobody else says. Until you show me otherwise, then that's when I'll deal with you personally.
Mm-hmm. I definitely appreciate that. Do you have any questions for me?
I had one earlier. You said you answered it, so I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask
You
you
can
to say
ask.
it again.
You
No, I'm
can
not going
ask.
to ask you. I'm not going to ask you. But what
Or
I'm
do
going to
you
say
have
is that
another
I got
question
love
that
for
wasn't
you.
the question you asked?
Yeah, but I got love for you, and I'm always going to be there for whatever you ask me for. If I can do it, I'm going to do it for you. Trust me.
You got a lot of things going on. You got a podcast that I know about that I be listening to.
And I just dealt with somebody from his name is Ty Sparks. I just dealt with him from Canada. And I dealt with him from on social media. Most of the people that I'm dealing with now, I've never known them. But they treat me so good. And I treat them good. And you're one of them.
I appreciate that.
So people got to understand that if you treat people right, you get right. It is true. It is true. It's not a falsified claim and people are making it up. It is true because I'm one of them. I grew up in the street. I grew up around drugs. I grew up around my family running blocks and different things like that. You can change. I don't want that in my life. You can change. And you can change people for the better. And you, myself, Jasmine, you're a good person. And whoever follows you needs to keep doing it.
Now you're
And
talking about don't make you cry. Now you're gonna have me on the
it's the
screen
truth.
crying.
It's the truth. And this is what Facebook and any social media lacks. They have no empathy for nobody. They have no empathy. And that means that you care how somebody else feels in their situation, even though you're going through whatever you're going through. That's called empathy. And I got empathy for people because I am the guardian of my brother that was at, 6 years old, hit by a car. And my father took care of him, and he was too old to take care of him. And he asked me to do something, and I was in the streets, and I still did it for him, and it changed my life.
Yeah.
Because I'd be dead or in jail right now for life, the way I move. And it ain't bigging me up and making me look like I'm a better person. I'm not a better person than nobody. But I was on a wrong path, and something changed me, and it changed me for the better. And I'm going to give it to people just like I was out there giving drugs to people. And this is what people don't want to do because they think that everybody got to look at them like, oh, you saw me this way. I don't want you to see me this way. I don't care how you see me. As long as I affect people in a positive manner. That's all you got to worry about.
Exactly. I
So I
think
love
what I like
you
the
for bringing
most.
me on here, and I love everything else about it. But I'm going to let you get on with your thing.
Thank you.
And you
Thank
keep
you for
doing what
coming
you're
up
doing.
here.
Thank you. And I love you for what you're doing. Trust me. I don't
Much
say it, and you
appreciated.
don't see me a lot, but I do. Me doing what I'm doing is showing you.
Mm-hmm.
What I say means something.
Yes, it does. And you kept your word, and
I'll
I knew
keep my
you would.
word. And I'll keep it until I can't breathe no more to you. So you be careful, and your followers or your subs or whatever you want to call them, be careful. And I love you. And
Love
follow
you
the
too.
woman. She's a good woman. Jasmine. She's a good woman. So just keep following her and doing whatever you got to do. And thank you, Jasmine, for having me on. And you have
You're
a wonderful
welcome.
night and a wonderful 2020, even though we're having a bad one. But you have a good one. And anytime you need me, hit me up and I'm there for you. You get it?
I will.
I love you, babe.
Love you too.
See you later.
See ya. So, guys, you heard from Mansa. I had to pull him up here because he was the one that inspired what I was going to post for Wisdom Wednesday. Now, tomorrow's Wisdom Wednesday, I have something else in mind that's been on my heart for the past few days. But I had to let Mantle come up here because I knew when I saw him, it was just something in my heart said, this is the time for this to be said. And he said it in his own way and what he said. So you definitely, if you're looking for someone to give it to you raw and real as possible, he's the one that's going to give it to you. Now, you might be shocked the first time you're listening to it, but if you keep listening to it, it's always going to be something you can take away from what he said. So I hope by listening to him, all of you that are in here that have popped in here while he was talking have taken something from what he said. And let me go back through some of these comments. I know I saw JL pop in here. I saw Avanti pop in here. And I saw Shantice pop in here. And I don't know if I said this at the beginning of the live. Y'all know if I did, I apologize that I didn't say it. But y'all know every time I go live, there is a featured channel if you check the description. And Avanti is the featured channel. If you check the description, all Avanti's information is in the description. And you gotta give her a congratulations because she just graduated and her channel and stuff is in the description. I don't think I mentioned the feature channel earlier, but she is in the description if you go check. And if I don't ever mention a featured channel when I go live, the best place to find out who's the featured channel and who it is always in the description. And no, you don't have to do anything to be the featured channel here. You don't have to do that. It's just something I want to do to show off other people's channels, and it's not, and it's something that I took from the Crockett Way, because when she was going live back to back to back, when she was really in that mode, she had a featured channel, and I thought it was the most brilliant idea. And when I started going live, I started having one too. And I think I've learned a lot, bits and pieces from everybody on this whole YouTube journey. And as it continues, I still learn a lot from all of you. So if anybody in the chat has a question for me, you can ask me. It doesn't matter what the question is, you can ask me. And if there's something pertaining to YouTube that you don't know how to do, that I can pull up on the screen and show you how to do it, I will be gladly to do that as well. So whether you have a question or something, in matter of fact, since the link is not in the chat anymore, I am going to drop the link for anybody else that wants to come up here that has something they want to share. It's on their mind, it's on their heart, something that they want to say, or they have something that they want to say. I'll put the link back in the chat. But if you have any questions for me or something that you would like me to pull up on the screen, I can do that as well. Just let me know, and we can go from there. But I do appreciate all of you guys' questions, and if you guys have content that y'all want to see that I haven't posted, let me know that as well. Exactly. I would be concerned if my friends didn't check on me. That would make me feel like they didn't care about me as well. Marley, I definitely understand. I do my best to reach out to my friends and people on YouTube, whether it's by Instagram, telephone, or whatever. I consider everybody followers, dreamers, whatever you want to call them. Everybody that comes to watch me, listen to me, watch my videos, I consider all of you guys my friends. And I'm always concerned about everybody's well being. So, and I think with everything going on, it makes me more aware of that at this point. It makes me more aware of the part that I have to play, whether it is reaching out to people more, helping as many people as I can, doing what I can do, makes it as good as it can be. And I think that's why I leave the platform open so much, because yes, I talk about a lot of different things, and yes, my content is my content, but everybody needs a place where they come and feel respected, cared about, loved, and hopeful for something. And I try to keep my platform to that respect of having it open or all of that. And as long as I am doing YouTube, I will definitely keep trying to have that open communication with everyone. And definitely, if it's something that I have experienced and that I feel as though it's on my heart to share, it's definitely going to be shared to the best of my ability. And it's up and open for you guys to give your commentary, your points, or whatever, something that you want to see, something you want to know about. This was created, yes, it was created for me to be creative, but it was also created for being that 360. I don't Marley, I don't know what 360 is. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? If you want me to know what 360 is, please let me know. I don't know what that is. But it's definitely an open place for you. That's why I dropped the link. See, Manta showed his face, and as you can see, my face is covered because it's dark in my room. So y'all wouldn't be able to see my face anyway. So if you guys want to come up here and talk about something, or is there something you want to share, you are welcome to do that. If there's something you want to ask me, you can do that as well. Because I give that opportunity and I try to be as open, is because It's just a lot easier to be open than it is for me to be quiet. Yes, in my actual day-to-day presence, I am actually a shy person, but YouTube has brung me out of my shell to some degree or form to be open. Um, it's okay, Whitney, but I'm glad you're here, and I hope you had a good meeting, and JL, thank you for posting me on your Instagram. I definitely appreciate that. But Whitney, how are you tonight? Yeah, we've talked about a lot of different things, and right now this is a live Q&A thing. I open the platform for people to either come up here and talk about something or for them to ask me questions. So if there is a question that you would like to ask me, you can do that. And I'm glad you're good. But if there's something that I missed or something that I didn't mention, please let me know. And if you guys did not know, Whitney is a Mary Kay consultant. So if you're into that sort of thing, please check her out. And if you reach out to her, she is doing a virtual party. Oh, and Whitney wants to come up here, so let me bring her up for a sec. Hello.
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. So, what we talking about?
Basically, people have been asking me questions and I've been answering them. And if there was something that they didn't know how to do on YouTube, I have been sharing the screen to show them how to do that
Okay.
and things like that. So the
I
floor is
just figured
open.
out with my picture on there.
Oh, your picture.
Yeah, I just figured it out like today. I think it worked, but I don't know because my picture's not showing on here, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, it's showing in the chat. I can see your picture.
Okay.
I definitely can see your picture. And I definitely forgot. I had got a phone call about some business I had to take care of to tell you how to do that last night. Because I got your text message and then I forgot about it after the phone rang. And I was like, oh, snap. I never texted back. But then when you popped in, I saw you figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing much. I am broke, so it's hot. I don't know what in here.
Is there, do you have like the air conditioning on, the fan on, or something?
Well, I got the fan on. The air conditioner broke.
Oh,
So,
geez.
yeah, we
Oh,
had to
no.
wait till they fix it.
Yeah. We definitely gotta get somebody over there to fix that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish they would hurry up.
Yeah, I hope so, because it is definitely too hot for that.
Yeah.
So have you gotten your party together?
Yeah, so far only got 6 people coming that RSVP, so.
Well, it's a start. I'll definitely be there. And this
Yeah,
is an afternoon party, right? Oh, it's not.
yeah, it's at 3.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So, yeah, I think I'm either take pictures or I might record it if people are okay with that. Because I have to ask them first. But if they're okay with me recording it, then I'm gonna record it and put it on YouTube for my YouTube channel.
Okay, well, if there's definitely something that you need me to do separately so you can post it on your channel, I can definitely do that
Yeah.
or something. Or,
I don't know, girl. But right now, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet, because I still have to ask everybody if they're okay with being on the internet.
mm-hmm.
Because you can't just, you can't just record people without asking them, so I have to at least,
No.
ask them.
Yeah. That's why I said I'm okay with doing something separately that I can allow you to record, whether it's just me and you talking.
Uh,
You can use it. I can definitely do something separate so
yeah,
you can have something to post.
yeah. I just made a new video today that I might put up tomorrow. I haven't decided. Because I'm trying to go live tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to put 2 videos up or if I'm going to just do the live tomorrow and wait to, post my other video.
Whatever you decide, I'll be there to watch or to be live or whatever you decide.
And alright, well, if there's no questions for me, I'm going to get out of here.
I don't see any for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So I do have a question. What is your go-to lip color at the moment?
My goal right now is to just, I'm focusing on getting customers in general. Like, I don't have like a money goal yet.
I
But
said your go-to lip color.
um, I don't know. I have to think about it.
Yeah, that was my question.
I don't know. Let me see.
Do you have a favorite eyeshadow at the moment?
I do have like I love purple in general, so we do have a purple eyeshadow. I think it's called Plum, and I really like that. But I like anything purple, so it doesn't even matter what it is. If it's purple, I like it. Yeah. But we also have like we have so many eyeshadows actually. It's like I think we have over 30. It might even be more than that. It might be 60 something. It's a lot.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a lot of eyeshadow. You probably
Yeah.
can make any type of look with all those eyeshadows.
Yeah, we got like regular eyeshadow and we got liquid eyeshadow. So we have a lot of eyeshadows in general, just like we have a lot of lipsticks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The makeup part we have a lot of.
I can definitely see that. Looking at everything, there's definitely a lot of makeup.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So everybody should look at my website. It's marykay.com/W Phillips 3.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop your website in the chat so everybody can find it. But everybody's agreeing with you that it's definitely hot.
It is.
You're not alone in that category.
Yeah, it's like the worst to have the heat break during the hottest week of the year. I don't know why it waits till the hottest week. Like the heat can never break in the wintertime. It always breaks in the summertime when it's burning up hot.
Yeah, like you definitely. Yeah, I don't know why it would break in the summertime, especially when you need it.
Yeah. This craziness.
Definitely craziness.
So any other questions?
I don't see any. But I can't wait to see you do your own makeup. I can't wait to see how that looks.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video on like me doing my own makeup eventually.
Yeah, because when I record makeup videos, it definitely takes a minute. So
Yeah, because I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just break it up. So like I might do a video of just my eye, and then like in the next video do my lips and stuff, instead of doing like a whole video of me doing my whole face of makeup.
that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just break it up. So it'll probably be like maybe 3 different videos. Cause I'm also gonna show me doing the facial skincare stuff. So like with the facial wash and all that. So I'm gonna do like 3 different videos in order. And then we'll see how that works.
That should be fun. You know, this is the time of year where everybody's trying to get a good facial.
Yeah.
So you're definitely in the right market with the facials.
Yeah. Yeah, I love getting facials or doing facials. I just like anything to get my face to look right. So
But definitely water does help with your skin. The more water you drink, the better your skin looks.
yeah. Especially now because it's like 100 degrees out there. You need to keep hydrated.
Definitely. Do you have any makeup tips you want to give the people?
Well, my makeup tips is like basically make sure your face is clean definitely before you put makeup on. You don't want to put makeup on a dirty face because that's how your face breaks out. I mean, it's not like the only reason, but it's a part of the reason why somebody's face could break out and makeup over a dirty face. And you want to make sure that when you're done for the day, you clean your face thoroughly because you don't want to sleep in your makeup either. Because that can clog your pores too.
That is definitely a good tip. But I would definitely say you have to find a cleanser that works for you because not all cleansers are the same.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's why we sell like so many different cleansers, because we try to cater to as many faces as we can. I mean, of course, you can't do everybody, but we try to do the majority. So we have a cleanser for sensitive skin. We just got a new line, facial line last year of natural products. So they use all natural ingredients, and it's a whole line. So you get the cleanser, moisturizer, the toner, and I think it's an eye cream. But I'm gonna do a video on that anyway, so I'll let you know when I do that video.
That's good, and especially I've definitely noticed in the whole beauty community sector, there's definitely a lot more people that's looking for natural or vegan type products. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely glad that Mary Kay has incorporated that into their product line because there's definitely a huge market
Mm-hmm.
for natural products.
Yeah, me too. I mean, like a lot of their stuff already don't have a whole lot of chemicals. I mean, it's still got like some. Like I can't say they don't have any, but they don't use a lot. But I think with the natural, I don't think they use any in the natural. But I have to look, so
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they do.
I definitely noticed that. And I do notice there's a lot of things that you can make in your own kitchen
Yeah.
that
Yeah, you
are
can. Mm-hmm.
that
You
are
can.
good.
Yeah, yeah. And you can also mix and match the skincare. Like when I do my skincare, I use the Tama 3D set, but I also use the scrub from the botanical effects, so that way I can exfoliate my face, but also get it clean and all that. So you can mix and match if you want.
Yeah, and you definitely only kind of want to exfoliate once a week because sometimes exfoliating can be really
Yeah,
rough on the skin.
yeah. I mean, it depends on the person. Like, my skin isn't bad when I exfoliate every day, cause I use mine every day, and it doesn't hurt my skin. But that's just my skin, so you need to know what works for your skin, and then you do. Basically, you do you.
Yeah, that's definitely the power of makeup is figuring out what works for you.
Yeah. Mm.
Mm,
Well, there's nothing else I think I'll let somebody else take the wheel.
okay. So,
Mhm.
do you want to tell everybody when's your party again? Because I think it's coming up in like 4 days, right?
Yes, the 25th. It's gonna be at 3 p.m. and you can contact me either on my YouTube or my Instagram, Facebook. I think that's it. I think that's all I have. Yeah, I got Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, or my email that I can. put my email in the chat if y'all want to email me.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll drop everything there. You definitely might want to add Twitter to your list. 'Cause I do notice.
I'm thinking about Twitter, but I gotta figure out how to use that first. Cause I never really used it, even though I had it. So I gotta figure out how to use it first before I do my business.
Twitter is basically the same thing as Instagram, but Twitter you only can use a certain amount of characters, but it's basically the same thing as far as posting and tagging people in it.
Okay.
It's the same thing. But there's definitely a lot of people on Twitter, so I would recommend at least trying out Twitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it and make me maybe a business Twitter. And then, I'll let people know when I do it.
Then there's also one called Reddit. I don't know if you heard about that or not.
What was it?
It's called Reddit.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard of that, but I thought that was for stories.
No, people post videos and or promote their videos and all types of things on Reddit. It's basically like a big chat. So people are promoting things over there too. So it's
Okay.
something you could look into.
Yeah, 'cause I heard about it, but I just thought they were for stories. Like, every
No,
time I heard people talk about it, they would let they wait their stories over there.
they do a lot of different things.
Mm.
TikTok, I definitely don't know much about, but I know it's the
Well,
latest and popular thing.
I wouldn't get TikTok because I heard that they're trying to ban it here. So I'm like, it's no point of me getting it, then they ban it. And I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, but there's a whole lot of different ways of social medias these days. It's just something you have to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely power in the social medias of the world.
Yeah, we have plenty of social media, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely power in that. So I'm gonna drop the rest of your links in the chat.
Okay.
Everybody knows where to find you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And hopefully you'll be able to show snippets of your party and stuff. I
Yeah,
know.
man. Even if I don't record it, I would see if everybody's okay with me just taking pictures. At least.
Yeah,
Because
because
at least I can put them on like Instagram, Facebook.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people would want to see at least some pictures of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so,
Mm.
anyway. Yeah, so anything else?
I don't think so, unless there's something else I forgot.
No, I don't think so. I mean, not unless anybody want to ask questions while I'm here.
I don't know. I'm sure if they have questions, they'll type them in somewhere.
Yeah.
And you can
Well,
answer
you
them.
can, if you do, go live tomorrow, I'm going to answer questions. So I will, send Jasmine the link and then she can send it to
Do you
whoever.
know what you're gonna go live from? Because you know you might not be able to go live on YouTube from your phone, especially with the YouTube
Well,
rules.
I'm gonna try YouTube, but I'm gonna do it on my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
So I should be able to go live on my laptop, but I also could go live on my tablet. Cause I just tried that. Like I didn't do like a whole video, but I tried to go live and it seemed to work on my tablet. So I think I should be fine.
Yeah, as long as you test it out, because sometimes YouTube be changing up things to where you can't go live.
Yeah. But even if I don't go live, I do have a video already ready, so I'm at least put a video up. And
Videos are always good.
yeah, so I got a backup plan if it don't work out.
That's good, but definitely if you still want to go live, you can always go live from using StreamYard, which is the thing I'm using at the moment,
Yeah.
and they work out pretty well.
Yeah.
You just have
I've
to
seen
connect
a
it to
lot
your
of
channel.
people. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people use StreamYard.
Yeah, it works out pretty well.
Mhm.
So that's also something you can use if
Yeah.
YouTube starts to act a little weird.
Yeah. Do you know if we can go live from Facebook and YouTube like
Um,
together?
I I know using Stream, if you do it from StreamYard, you can.
Okay.
You would just have to link your Facebook and
Yeah,
your.
but I have a StreamYard account and I linked my Facebook to it, but I didn't know if I could do like both at the same time, so I don't have to do like two different videos.
Nope, you can do both at the same time.
Okay. Well, that is what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So people can see me on Facebook or on YouTube.
Yep, they both work out well.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna say bye, and I will see whoever decides to show up tomorrow. I will see y'all tomorrow. You can ask me questions or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
bye.
guys for joining. But it was taking a lot longer to bring this than I said. That's why I wanted to go back and check because when we saw some content things, we realized it's been on this. You know, and I'm like, then we'll be back on Thursday. Probably Tuesday, on Thursday, Wednesday, and hello to whoever is in. Nice to see you.